It's not working. It's not working.
I think.
Wait, they can hear me.
I can hear myself, but I can't hear you, Brady. In the same time, Sanix is getting killed. This is going to be a first blood. In the meantime, as Brady's going to try to fix his microphone, we're going to see what is happening. Now Wolf catching Nivea here, Xandos trying to fight himself a little bit back. Now Momentum looking to extend their lead just a little bit, but taking the first blood into their hands is going to be an extremely crucial point here. Now Wolf might be in a little bit of a trouble. You can see neither and both Kung Fu and just making their way towards mid. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the technical difficulties.
Yo, am I live?
We are back.
Are we back? Are we good? We're back?
I think we are.
I'll take it. Whew.
Yeah, we are.
I was sweating right there, but yeah. I didn't actually see what happened to Sadix, but I'm sure it was close.
Sanix got invaded.
Ah, of course. Yeah, also, interesting that he decided to go with the Flash Olaf. I think that is in direct correlation to the Nivea pick in the mid lane. But, yeah. Whew.
By any means, there was no bring in the tables, judging by the scoreboard, meaning that we didn't have any cheese one level tactics. In the same time, let's try to quickly look over what are we having right now. In the meantime, Rango is having a little bit of a trade here with Rosostus. It's interested in going to escalate any further. Rango might be actually in a bit of a hard zone here. Sanix now looking to go into Bensol and Play Today. Very going forward with an axe. That's a good slow. Now Play Today is going to flash away and the stun is not going to go. The binding is not there and Bensol is saved by the last healing. Now the teleport is coming from somebody, but it got delayed from Xandas, and it seems like Wolf has stopped Xandas from going in there. Now Kung Fu looking for a way to go onto Rango. Rango's still here. He's going to get himself a good shield, but Kung Fu's full HP. Rango taking the kill and trading it with Resistance 2-1, and the pause
And the pause comes in for your boys up in the casting booth for me and you.
Is that so?
Yeah, the game is in fact paused, but yeah, super well played from Rango there in the meantime, I guess. Noticing that Kung Fu was coming in top, grabs the kill quickly and onto Rasutas. Unfortunately, Rasutas, I think, was the recipient of that trade back kill. All in the meantime,
yes.
All the summoners blown on this bot lane from that Olaf gank, and I think Olaf just barely survives because RT1 Wolf cancels Xandar's TP last second.
Exactly, yes.
Woo.
Xandas was looking to go into the fight and bring in the tables at this point of the game, but it didn't really work because Wolf, I think that was a binding.
Yes, of course, that's what it would have been.
Yeah, you can't prevent it with a slow.
And I mean, now that Trundle is shown top, and again, the Olaf has had a recall. I don't know exactly if he wanted it, but it will be interesting to see if he does choose to start up the Drake here once the game gets back to business, I guess. But
well, he might consider to recall first, since Sanix is quite low on HP.
Perhaps he could do.
And it's a chem tech Drake.
It's a new Drake. Well. The Chemtech Drake does what? I know what the Soul does.
I definitely remember that it changes the terrain.
Yes.
So that there's no bushes and everybody's going to be concealed. But I can't remember what it gives you.
Because I know the Hex Tech gives attack speed and CDR.
Yeah.
I know. Excuse me, what?
I'm saying yes. Yes. Yes.
But
I literally can't remember.
Well, what is this? I will tell you now.
Max health damage.
It does max health damage. Wow.
Just casting things is telling this stuff. Well, larger max health damage. Okay. What?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I think. Okay. By any means, as you're looking for the stats, right?
Of course.
Oh, it's the same as Lord Dominus.
Yeah, it gives percentage arm. Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
I don't know how
By any means.
useful that's going to be for them here, because obviously both teams not really having like a dedicated tank. Maybe, I guess the Poppy, my bad, I'm trolling everyone. There is a Poppy there. And I guess Trundle when he ults Poppy, but other than that, I don't expect...
Other than that, there's a lot of ways how you get rid of the front lane, and even with Poppy, yes, on one side she's a very strong tank, she's going to have a lot of HP.
Yep.
That's true, but it still wouldn't be as profitable in my eyes. So I don't know really.
I mean, I completely agree.
It's a big question whether you really need that one or not. Since I think you can give this away. But for both of the teams, really, disregarding if you're SG or RT1.
Yeah.
Because right now, the Dragon might not be so important. But I might be wrong here. I'm literally like off my ground here.
Now, off the top of my head, and something I didn't mention in the draft, is Olaf actually has a very, very, very hard time into Trundle. So I expect that is the reason as to why he does get invaded. And I really do hope that Rasuta, Sandars, Bentul, Flay can continue to help Kung Fu to get in on top of Sanix, because Trundle, with his AD stealing on his Q, I think it is, can just run in, Q Sanix once, and then just bonk him with his club. And there isn't a whole lot our Viking friend can do about it. So I feel like with this small lead, I say small lead, it is 600 gold at the moment. I just hope that he can really pressure this advantage he has in this jungle matchup. However, I think once we get out of the lane phase and you end up with an Olaf and a Lulu, the game does change a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot, because Olaf Lulu is terrifying.
It is, definitely.
But that being said, look, if the Olaf doesn't work out, you still have a Jinx to fall back on. Once this game goes late game, yeah, if you can somehow keep Toto alive, and yeah, you have Loon to do that. Lulu, wrong LU, is an amazing champ at...
I mean, in both ways, you're correct. So.
Yes. Yes. Both Loon and Lulu are great support champion and player.
Just grace the scene.
Yes.
Getting out of the turn spot here.
Whew, this is top tier casting today. We really...
Today's just today.
Yeah.
So,
and
not everything goes all the time as planned. The stakes are high. Everybody's nervous, including us, because as casters, we are nervous.
I mean, true, but I mean, look, it only goes up from here. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Exactly, yes.
And that's what I pray for. I mean, it couldn't get worse, right? The entire stream just dies again. Yeah.
Don't say that.
I'm touching wood. It's okay.
Don't jinx it, alright?
Oh, man. I like that. That's a good pun.
God's sake. Ladies and gentlemen, we're still waiting for the game to continue, since there was a little bit of a technical difficulties on our part.
Yeah.
The players have decided to give us a little bit of time and stop the game. Unfortunately, though,
they've forgotten to restart the game. That is where we're at. I'm not sure, but either way, I wonder if I can fast forward a bit, because we do have that ability. If I do that,
I don't think it's going to change anything regarding the pause, mate.
Well, we're a little bit further behind them, right? That's my thinking. But yeah, no, you do be right.
It's we apologize for the inconvenience. Let's set it this way. So the scrapes are no copyright. Am I correct? It's NCS.
I'm not sure, but you know what is available to us.
Let me check it very fast, because if we're going to have game 3 forced, we're going to have Silver Scrapes played.
Of course, I completely agree. I'm getting confirmation that the game has, in fact, been on pause, so hopefully sometime in the next 3 minutes we will get back into the game. So, yeah, I mean...
They had it paused up until now?
I don't know. All I know is that they are currently not paused. Right. Let's talk a little bit about the rune choices. That's something we can do. Ben Tool not opting for the lethality build, actually opting for lethal tempo. I'm not sure how that's gonna go. I haven't played a lot of Sivir. I don't think anyone's played a lot of Sivir recently, but Ben Tool believes this is the champ for the pre-season by the looks of things, and his confidence in picking it. Meanwhile, what I do know is Jinx also has lethal tempo. That sounds and looks great. Xandar's opting for the electrocute, perhaps alluding back to what I was saying earlier about being very lane dominant. That Anivia early levels with the QE auto poke is it's pretty threatening once you hit it down with the electrocutes as well. I'm not entirely sure what the top laners are running, as they are both in Fountain or respawning. Feels good, man. Top lane.
Well, we had a brutal brawl at the top just now.
Yeah.
So it feels appropriate that they have that they're right now on the Fountain. On the other hand, I'm just interested in those 5 minutes. We already had 3 kills, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like both of the teams are actually willing to push each other here to the limit, just from the beginning. Now, what am I genuinely interested in? How the next few minutes are gonna continue, right? Because we're approaching the moment when you will have to decide whether you fight.
There we go.
We're back in the game.
We made it. I got a little tip from a
And
birdie.
in the meantime, Toto is the one taking a lot of damage, so is Bentor. Are we going to have any continuation of the fight? Let's see if it's true or not. Sanix, back in good HP, Comfort now, stuck a little bit with Wolf here. And it just seems that we are back.
Woo! Let's go!
SG momentum against RT1, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo! Sheesh! Alright, we're back. Let's Sadix, perhaps thinking about a dive there on the bot lane, does instead opt to just get some division and to back off, as there is some heavy trading. Rengo is 6 though, so he might look for this.
But
Opting
I
to not
think
in
that
the end.
Irelia should be closing, especially looking at the difference with the CS.
True. Oh, Rusutas now does hit 6, and they do spot Olaf mid lane, as it looks like both junglers are gonna look at this bot scuttle.
Bentor. God, this is such a... Oh my god, Rengo now getting stunned. That's a good grounded coming onto Rosotus. Not sure. Okay, they spawned Olaf yet again, and so was Trundle Sport there as well.
And everyone goes back to the drawing board. I mean, it is important to note that Rengo actually does have that TP advantage, as does Wolf. So if anything does get a little bit too crazy, RT1 do have the ability just to send everyone to a particular spot. And I just hope that Momentum keep that one in mind when going things. Rengo might spot our Rusutas here.
And yes, he's even going to stunning right now, and now uses the cone! Rosotus gets out, but Wolf now he's on the chase.
Question mark?
I think he might still go for it. Sparking Light is available for Wolf. He might be going for a little... Okay, recall from... Bruce's not... what?
Thank you. Thank you for that one, League of Legends. But yeah, nothing ends up happening. They will just walk away, as Rengo now will just be left to shove out his bot lane, as both AD carries are, I mean, looking a little bit rough right now for the Sivir. I do think Toto did get a reset off. Loon now looking also towards that mid lane. But yeah, I mean, both teams just kind of happy to scale up right now, as you are looking for that tempo attack speed Sivir, as well as Jinx. But Toto doing a really good job of just poking out. But here comes Soraka. Never mind.
Later Day is here, but I don't think that Toto is going to take any turret plays just yet. Takes heavy damage from that Q as well.
Of course.
And now On the Hunt is available for Bentul, giving loads of different ways how to play around the map.
I mean, yeah, this Sivir ulti is a pretty good way of just instantly deciding, you know what, we're gonna make things happen, especially for a Trundle who doesn't exactly have a dash. I mean, obviously he has his move speed and a pillar, but really securing his way in there with a Sivir ulti. But yeah, both teams just chilling. We are hit just over the 8-minute mark now, so Herald is available, but
Gold is even.
both teams just opting to kind of bro lane it out a little bit. Farm's looking
Sanix.
relatively even as Sanix does sneak his way up here to this top lane.
I think that Sanix might be looking for a way to go in. And at the same
Cross
time,
map?
you can see, yes, cross map play indeed. I can see Kung Fu, I can see Xandas, and bot lane has to run. And I think they have recognized it. I think there's a ward somewhere that I can't see.
I
And the dragon is
mean,
to be started.
sixth sense there from RT1's bot lane, just knowing they back off.
smell the danger.
But in the meantime, they will just pick up this Drake. They didn't get the bot gank, but they will take that Drake away. And, I mean, we did speak a lot about the Drake in our little pause moment.
In a little pause moment.
In our pause break. But, ultimately deciding it's not super important, but definitely we are looking for that Drake. Stacking, it is always going to be important. What soul would you like to see here, as we do appear to have some downtime?
Infernal.
Really, you're
Only
not
Infernal.
not a Chemtech
No.
soul? Bring back Static
Can't even
Shiv.
have it. We can't even. Oh, we can't even have Chemtech Soul with the fact that Chemtech.
Or
is now being
Hextech.
taken.
Wrong
Hextech,
tech.
my friend. Yeah.
Different
no,
tech.
I want Infernal.
You want the damage. I respect that, as Xandars will get that blue buff. And, yeah, I mean, Sanix is pathing bot here. They might sniff out
Really?
Kung Fu.
She's going to spot Kung Fu right now, taking some good damage, but Flake today is here. She's having some very fleetful work, and now he's a squirrel, and here comes the reinforcement. Sanix now here with Wolf. He's going to be stunned, and I think the pillar might to go in for as well. Toto now being in very much trouble. Flake today and Bento are on the chase, as Wolf has made it out, but now that's a turnaround. Sanix with the flash axe, but Flake today has a flash of his own, meaning he will get out of the Hum's way. Toto, he has to go back at this point, because otherwise he's going to get picked up. Kung Fu is here. He's looking for a very long-range engage here, but will he get one? That's the big question.
I mean, they might look to dive here. I mean, yeah, Loon does have the ult, Toto does have the heal. I'm not sure if they know this, but,
Exhaust as well.
Kung Fu is looking, but Sanix is also here to match the potential dive threat they do have. TP
And
coming
that's
in.
a teleport! Here comes Rengo as the fighting is about to commence! Kung Fu's getting inside, trying to get down Lula as much as he can, but the Wild Growth is going to save up for now. That's a lot of healing coming from Kung Fu and the waste, but he will be taken nonetheless. Sanix is still now on the chase. Super Mega Death Rocket not going to find any kind of target right now, and Rengo still in the front line of the fight as Bento's getting picked up slowly but surely. The good healing coming there, but Rengo is going to pick up the kill now for himself. Now the few turret shots is going to go on him, but he's still looking for a go on Flake today. But Flake today recognizes the danger and gets out of the fight as the Herald is going to be spawned, and I feel like this might be even the first turret as well.
It is going to be looking like the first turret, as Wolf will now TP top lane just to make sure Aurelia cannot get anything up there. But what was super important about that play, is what a lot of people might have missed, is Xandar's...
Oh, Soto! My god, he gets him with a W, but he took a turret shot. Now he's gonna be dead with anything. He's balancing on the edge here, and he gets the kill, and oh my god!
Some beautiful bouncing of aggro and resetting of aggro there, just barely both of them surviving. Woo! But yeah, I mean, Xandar's TP gets cancelled again, giving RT1 that huge team fight advantage.
Now Rengo looking for a way onto Xandas, but will not find one. Looney's here to help him out.
Yeah, I mean, momentum.
What was that?
I mean, yeah, Toto playing a very, very dangerous game with that tower, but I mean, not today, tower. Give me Flay today. You're not getting Toto, and you're out.
Might now be the one in trouble, but he has the turret.
I mean, both teams towing the line here. Things are so close that literally
I can't get myself back together after what I've just witnessed.
I mean, that old play only happens, though, because of that, I'm assuming, Lux binding. Xandars needs to be a little bit more careful with his TPs. The second time that's happened now, so perhaps backing off just a little bit more might be important, as Rasutas is perhaps sneaking up onto Wolf here, looking for something. He does have his ult and flash available, while Wolf has nothing. Trundle also in the top side, so...
Not even this sparkling light, meaning that if Rasutas decides to go in, he might get Wolf here in a bit of a troublemaking situation. On the other hand, decides not to do that, decides to catch up with CC, since Rengo is now falling behind quite significantly.
I mean, Drake spawning now in 40 seconds. It is an Infernal. Unfortunate. Your Infernal Soul Dream is a little bit dead. Sanix looking for that deep vision, but...
Yes, but he might be caught here. Stun is not going to connect as Lune is here. to help him out and get out of the harm's way. Sanix, though, still decides to go quite aggressively. Now the rest of SGM are looking to go here as well. The wall is going to delay Sanix from a little bit longer, but the shield is going to save him from the poke.
I mean,
Rango is now coming in, and so is Wolf.
Toto doing a really good job there of also pushing mid, picking up 1 or 2 plates for himself, and really making sure that Momentum cannot respond as he just does get out of that one. TP coming
and here comes a teleport from Rosotsus. So now it starts to be a 5-on-5. Infernal Drake is going to spawn right now, and the fighting might commence in any second right now as well.
Neither team wants to give this up.
Binding is not going to go in there, but the Axwell, the first stun coming here from Anivia, but nothing is getting accelerated just yet, and it seems like SGM are just going to back off and give this Drake away.
I mean, there you go, and now we do get to find out what Drake will it be. Please, Hex Gates, let's go!
Oh, let's go!
We get some new Drakes, some gate tech coming in as the rift does change. The first time we have seen this here on the SLE. The Hex Gates, you can now teleport around the map. I don't know what you would call it, but yeah, you can get around.
Yourself around the map.
You can get yourself around the map at the speed of sound. So I'd love to see both junglers using that to speed up their rotations, especially, and maybe invade opportunities arise, especially around these Drake and Baron pits for steals, because you can get right behind the pit in the blink of an eye.
Also, looking at the itemization, it's at the very least interesting. Toto opting to go for the Kraken Slayer, as Goldrinker has been picked up as well, and we have Leandres and a Divine Sunderer on the side of SGM, as Bento has just picked his own Kraken Slayer up.
I mean, yeah, both ADCs also opting for that magical footwear, but first items just coming in. Rango's going to be a little bit stunted because of that Bramble, obviously, but they will pick up the mid tower. That is the second tower now for RT1, and no response towers. They do just look to take this Herald.
And I think they will do so without any kind of problem, forcing Kung Fu out, picking themselves a Herald that nobody wants to pick up.
There we go, Sanix will walk over for it. But yeah, I mean, despite, you know, a pretty poor, I'm not going to say poor, but an unfortunate start for RT1 is Kung Fu did manage to pick himself up that Sanix kill, and obviously the trade kill top game has been paused once again.
Another pause.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't be an SLE game without it. I'm a big fan of pauses myself. I'm very accustomed to them here. But, I mean, again, what was I saying? I'm talking about items. I'm talking about gold.
About the fact that both of AD carries has opted to go for the
True.
Kraken Slayer.
And despite Sanix being put behind in this early game, look at this gold lead he has managed to accumulate for himself. It is about 1.5k plus a full 1k gold lead in the AD carry role. Small gold lead for the Rasutas here. Small gold lead for Xandar's here. Not extremely significant, but
I mean, it's still a 2,000 gold difference at the 17th, let's say, minute of the game, right? And without even talking about the fact that it was a full turret picked up by Toto, right, with all the plates.
Yep.
He has this money for him, not purely for himself, but there's a lot of money for himself. And now there is also another another Harrow that you can spawn and use it as a leverage pretty much everywhere around the map.
Yeah, I mean, of course, and I mean, especially as far as getting Drakes is concerned, that is, I don't want to say a free Drake, but it definitely gives you a lot of priority. If you can hold on to it for the next 3 minutes, throw it top, throw it anywhere, to be honest. You just get your priority. It demands that momentum does go towards it, and then you just take yourself another Drake. Although, now that I've said that, I don't think Drakes are going to be massively impactful this game. I don't know if we'll get to a soul point, and if we do, it'll be extremely late into the game, as both teams do need at least 15 more minutes to even have the potential at picking up a soul.
Indeed, yes. And I feel like Drakes are going to be somewhat of an excuse for a brawl and a skirmish.
Yes, of course.
For those teams, meaning that pretty much, especially with the fact that we have 2 teleports on both teams, right? And we've got on the hunt coming from Bentul, which is also extremely important to bear in mind because it gives speed not only to him but the rest of the team as well, right?
Yeah.
Meaning that I feel like everything is going to be about the split-second decisions coming right after the skirmish. If there's going to be a big skirmish,
True.
then whoever is winning it, they're going to do whatever they have in their sheer will,
Of course.
to not only take the best from the situation, but to annihilate the enemy
And I
team
mean,
and the enemy team's base.
I kind of agree that these objectives are going to be a bit of a hot topic for contention because neither team has like a true means of consistent CC we are fighting now. I mean, Trundle Pillar is pretty close with the Sivir, but it's like I think both teams kind of want to situate themselves around these Drakes such that the enemy team has to walk into them so that they can find the picks that they're looking for. But that being said, I'm pretty sure objective bounties will come in soon, and I'm really gonna like to see how that plays out. Because I mean, Momentum obviously had a gold deficit, but again, I've seen gold swings from gold bounties go like easily surmount 4K in one sweep. It is
really,
it's crazy. If you get like one good team fight and you suddenly pick up 3 towers down mid lane and 1 tower bot or something like that into mid to late game, you're getting like 300-400 extra gold back from the bounty alone, plus the tower gold. It is crazy how quickly games can turn like on a dime.
And well, with that being said, we really need to look forward to what is going to happen with the bounties.
Of course.
And there was something else I wanted to bring your attention to, but I can't really remember what was that.
That is more than okay, because I want to talk about bounties some more.
All right,
but
do you?
I think because of the way in which the game kind of plays out at the moment in this first week of preseason, both teams are definitely opting for more late game comps with the Jinx Lulu, with the attack speed Sivir and Nivea. These picks are definitely more geared towards scaling up because with the amount of back and forth in the game that there is right now in this preseason, I feel like games do actually find themselves getting to the 6-item 80 carry dream state. So perhaps a meta shift more so towards playing your Lulus, your Sorakas with your hyper carry ADC is what we are going to see in these last couple of series in the SLE. But I think there is definitely room, as we were talking about in the draft, for your Leonas, for your Rels, your Nautilus, that new item that escapes me. It's called like... Can you help me out with this one? I have no idea what it's called. But that item that enables you to immobilize champions and have them take more damage.
Even Shroud.
Even Shroud. Is that what it's called? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I think there's definitely room for champions like the Leona. Like the engage tanks that we have seen for the majority of this season. They've been quite a defining class characteristic of this meta, I feel like. But other than that, I mean, game's looking relatively even right now. Again, we were talking about it. I think item power spikes coming up. Interesting that RT1 Wolf has opted for... Is that a Hextech alternator? Is that what it's called? Yes, it is.
It is. Yes, it is.
He's opted to delay his mythic item to pick up an alternator. Now, I think alternator
It
got
was
changed.
also actually giving, they gave him a little bit of a bigger price, meaning it's a slightly of a, let's say, a more pricey thing to pick up, whatever you're opting for.
Gives you a bit more HP now, a little bit less AP, but what I do understand about this way of building Lux is once you have your alternator and your Lost Chapter, it does give you the ability to wave killer backline minions with your E, a single E, whereas if you would just rush the initial item, you couldn't do that. If I'm not mistaken, Lux mains in the world, correct me if I'm wrong, and I think that is why he has chosen to take this item path. However, I don't know if it still works now that they've taken a bit of AP off it. But either way, I think it's completely fine because it builds into an extremely useful item for the Lux. And I can't remember the name of that one either. This is what I call quality casting.
Absolutely. Which one are you talking about? Give me a
It is the
hint.
one that marks you and does more damage if you're over like 900 range away, I think. That item.
Is it the cosmic...
Is it Cosmic Drive?
I think it is.
I'm not sure.
No,
Item.
Cosmic Drive is the one... No, Cosmic Drive is the one that brings you more speed.
What's the one that does more damage if you're over a certain distance away? That item. That one.
Horizon Focus.
That's
Thank
the
you,
item,
chat.
Horizon Focus.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
chat.
chat. You guys are so smart. Sheesh. Goodness. As yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I had a 10-minute break. I'm all out of hydration, all out of water. It's a bit of a sad day. But
Are we just plain talking about our lives here? Like,
yeah, man.
we're having a break.
What you been up to
how
today?
did it begin? How was your wife? How's your kids? Oh, you don't have any. Such a shame. I don't know. I don't either. Anyway, back to the topic.
I mean, yeah, we're just chilling. I mean, okay. Question.
Yes.
What do you think we can expect to see these players building into? Obviously, look, I know Jinx is a bit kind of standard, kind of cookie cutter, but I know things like a Sivir, I know things like Aurelia, like, again, I kind of want to talk about the new items like Axiomark, like, especially. I've seen Nocturnes, Yasuo's get 2 or 3 ults off in a team fight in one
There's
go.
a pause bug.
There was a pause bug.
It was a 1-minute pause.
Let me see if I can fix that. With there we go. Yes.
Quality production, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome
Dude.
to LAC as we are back with SG Momentum against Red Team 1.
God, I love Spectator, man. Like, what even is this game? Does my head in sometimes. Oh, right. Small indie company. Just remember that. Sanity. Whew. Alrighty. Oh, man. It's looking like RT1, Toto, and Loon have headed up to that top lane. There is one outer tower remaining, and they are going to get it as Trundle decides to, you know, hexgate his way across the map already. This is the first time I've seen someone get in. So, well played to him. Toto's going to start hitting on that top tower. But, it's looking like Bentool walking over now. Just going to 1Q clears the full wave. But, yeah, both teams just kind of happily farming. There are no major objectives like Dragons, Heralds, Barons up at the moment. So, both supports doing their due diligence, getting that vision out, trying to deny it a little bit as, RT1 are making their way up to the top lane here, and they do have that Rift Herald, but it's...
Yes, they do. Sanix is going to actually meet with combo right now, but there is Wolf also. That means a little bit of reinforcements. On the Hunt has been dropped, so was the Herald. Kung Fu maybe looking for a way to go in, but decides not to. Wolf is now spotted as well, and the Vanguard's edge is incoming, meaning you gotta run from the Irelia.
Important that Herald Charge did not get wasted on that first tower, but it is not looking like it is going to get a charge off on the second one, unfortunately.
Almost got it.
Oh, a Sivir does steal away that Gromp with a Q.
Ouch. Ooh, Sparkling Eye has been used, and Rosostas decides that's the way to go in. Vanguard's edge has been dropped as well. Teleport is coming in there as soon as possible. The double flash coming in there, meaning that Wolf will not survive this. But Rengar is now the one to punish for the death of his teammate. Rozo tries to get as much as the situation as possible. Delays the time for Xandas to get with the TP. And the fight's about to commence even more. Sanix is having a little bit of a trait of his own. Xandas now the one has to go back with the flash even to get away because he's taking way too much time. Super Mega Deathstroke is not going to bring him down and not going to take with the passive. Now Sanix is the one running from the harm's way because he has been taken way too low as both of the teams are looking for a reset.
And I mean, you cannot understate the impact of what a Soraka does for your team in a team fight. I don't even think she used her ultimate, but just keeping Xandars alive long enough that he does in fact survive that Super Mega Death Rocket from Toto. But yeah, I mean, after Rasutis came in and it got a pretty nice kill pick up onto Wolf, Xandars tries to TP in. Rengo, fortunately for him, is just faster to pull the trigger on that teleport, locking down Resurtest and making sure his team can get in. As this Drake
This
is
going to be a
spawning.
second fight. Please don't use the teleport, RT1. You're going to regret it.
Oh!
Started, and here comes SGM, but they will be met with the trap, with the sparking light, and so much damage coming in there. Wolf is going to pick himself 1 kill, but there's a lot of damage coming for RT1 as well. Sanix has been picked up, but that's a double kill for Wolf. Good Wolf, my lord! And now Wolf tries to get the most out of the situation. Triple kill for himself, but Lune will be picked up as well. Still, that means that there is... Oh, no!
Penta?
Quadra kill for Wolf. Xandos is the only man left to tell the tale, but he has the passive available for himself. Wolf now with the blue buff as well. And that's a standoff of 2 cowboys. Who's going to be the first to pull the trigger? Stunts are not going there.
Neither giving this one up.
Neither is looking to stop, neither is looking to teleport to the back lane. Wolf still doesn't see but recognizes the danger. And Ruzu's going there to take the kill in his own hands. Super Mega Death Rocket is going to fly past Wolf as he will be shot down.
I mean, what a creative play from Momentum. They all take a Hex Gate in. And I mean, the fight kind of looks bad for them at first, but Xandar's getting a great angle as Sanix does look for more.
Looking for re-engage, he's looking for revenge. He cannot be stopped. Ragnarok has been summoned. Aurelia trying to run for her life, but she will take even actually him back with the grave. Sanix has been taken down. And now RT1 may be looking for a way to go back.
And again, no anti-healing yet coming in for RT1, except these couple of brambles. But Soraka just making her team almost invincible. Like, Jinx is free hitting on them. Soraka's like, no problem, W. What you gonna do, bro? Try me. And
mad,
yeah,
bro?
I mean, a super good attempt from the TP in, return from RT1 from Rengo, trying to get that side lane flank. But Momentum get away with the Drake as Flight Today might get caught here, dodges out on the
Flight
Zap.
Today.
And
W is going to miss.
we'll just walk away from that one, I mean.
Yep.
And,
Okay.
whew.
Can we revalue it very quickly? So the dragon has come over to SGM.
A near pentakill from RT1 Wolf, looking really good on this Lux, but just barely not enough as he does get caught out and I assume shut down. I'm not entirely sure.
Yes, it was shut down.
Now, one thing I'm not seeing, and I'm kind of sad, is I'm not actually seeing who or what objective bounties are there.
There's none yet.
Yet? I'm not sure when objective bounties do come in.
The moment when there's a big deficit between the teams, and judging, I mean, I understand that
yeah.
I look at the pixels, but I think that the it
is 400.
Today.
Oh,
Almost. Whoa!
sheesh. That was a close one. That was very close. Flay today playing a dangerous game.
Feeling this game was personal.
Oh, neither team wants to give an inch. If there's an outplay to be attempted, there is an outplay to be made. You know, it's neither team is backing off of this one. As
Rengo doesn't have his teleport, and he's stuck on the bot.
Irelia is rotating over though, as Rengo is pushed in. I wonder if RT1 are going to spot it and are perhaps just going to.
Might be in a bit of a trouble. Vanguard's Edge is available. Rozo now taking some bit of damage, and the stun will not commence onto anybody. Lune using the Shurelius to get a little bit of speed, but not going to catch anybody just yet.
They will just start the Baron. The Trundle and Nivea. It will look to be spotted out. Oh!
The binding is in there. Sparkling light as well! That's a kill!
And now the team fight might start.
RT1 are going in a little bit more. Bensul will be forced out, so will be Xandas. He still has his passive. It wasn't popped single time in this game.
Super well played from Wolf there. And now with Chung Fu dead, there's no jungler for Momentum. RT1 are just going to look to pick this up for free. As
Xandas might be locking Rengo away, taking some good damage onto him, but here comes the Maul bringing him out of the fight. Now SGM looking to try to contest it. The Baron is incredibly low, but Sanix is in the pit. He is almost untouched, and Vanguard's Edge, meaning Ring is in the fight. Rengo is relatively small. He was picked up, but Toto will pick up Aurelia nonetheless, and now the fight is about to commence furthermore. Sanix has to hide in the Baron's field in order not to be caught. Sanders picking some good damage onto Toto. As RT1, they really need to look for a way to get out. Sanix will flash over the wall. Now Bentel looking to get somebody with his shield. Not going to find just anybody yet. Kung Fu using the Gate. The flash over the wall onto Sanix, and I think he's not getting out. But the shield coming on him.
Oh, no.
Saving his teammates. But
no.
he was stuck here to help the teammate, and now slowly she will be ripped apart as double kill.
I mean,
coming here for Kung Fu.
Another great use of these Hex Gates for momentum. Kung Fu jumping in, getting himself over as quickly as possible. And this is what we were saying about whoever has better knowledge of these new maps really has an advantage here in this game. Both teams have had a week to, give them a go, but momentum definitely looking like they might have done a bit more homework and thought about how they want to use these map changes to their advantage, and it's really come to fruition here in this game. As again, we do see them pop the Hex Gate out as Drake is spawning in 25 seconds. This is potentially sole point if they do manage to secure it, and they are all there first. Rengo does have the TP, and it is a question.
Still left.
Will RT1 contest? Looks like they will.
Still a few Baron buffs left, meaning there's a little bit of an advantage coming on their way. Sanix is quite far here. Looney will be stunned here for a second.
Rengo's made his way.
On her. It is true.
Bentu.
One of them has to pull the trigger. The Maul is coming, and he's going to take Xanders out of the fight. And here come RT1 with the Aurelius. That's a lot of speed, a lot of damage, but nobody's getting picked up just yet. RT looking for a disengage because this one wasn't really on their side. Binding coming in rather nicely, but a lot of healing provided by Play Today. Good poke from Toto, but nobody's immencing the attack just yet. Somebody has to pull the trigger. Somebody has to drop the sun. Hextech Drake is still there. He's waiting. He is looking at the fight in front of his eyes on the river as somebody has to pop out. Somebody has to swim forward and start the fight. Both of the teams just poking each other, looking at each other, testing each other. Somebody looking for the resource to go in. No stuns has been immencing. No bindings have been immencing as well. And the bindings is completely thrown all over the way in the poke as well.
Is this game of League of Legends, or is this a game of, I don't know, of DDR? Like, what is this? Everyone brought their dancing shoes.
That's how it ends.
Neither team willing to budge, but what's important is the waves are looking like RT1 have set them up properly, and they are now crashing, so momentum actually losing out a bit.
Aurelia getting closer with the stun coming onto Sanix. Nobody's pulling the trigger just yet, but the Rengo's edge is going to be pulled. Rengo now taking quite a lot of damage. The Wild Growth is going to save them just for a little bit longer. The Spunky Light will be used as well. But the first kill has been going over to SGM as they're looking to disengage because they have taken down Poppy. She has no teleport, meaning she won't be able to get back in the fight. Binding will find Aurelia, but will not kill her just yet. Meaning that SGM's still looking for a way to go in. That's a good stun. Coming there onto Sanix. He might not get it out, but the shot down onto Sivir. At least some kind of a chain. Lune is extremely low, but I don't think that RT1 are willing to take that Drake as they will re-engage. Teleport coming from Xandos. That's a very not pleasant way to be in for you, Wolf. No, that was Rosostas, and he's taking down Lune. Will take down Wolf as well, as the Dragon will go over to SGM.
RT1 trying to take these extended poke fights versus a Sivir Soraka. You are never going to out-poke or sustain either of these two champions in this kind of a Mexican standoff type situation. And yes, RT1 did try to pull the trigger, but it was firstly denied by Flay today with a great silence down, making it such that Rengo couldn't actually get a proper engage off. But they were dancing around there for so long that Bentul actually got 2 ultimates off. So did Wolf. But again, unfortunately, until Loon has completed her anti-healing item, we've seen Wolf picking up anti-healing for herself now as well. It's looking like no one is going to be able to out-sustain these Soraka heals. And momentum looking really strong in these team fights and dancing situations. I mean, they brought their ballroom shoes to the game today, and it's looking like RT1 only brought like their trainers. I don't know.
That's an interesting metaphor you're making there, my friend. Highly appreciated.
But yeah, I mean, again, once RT1 start picking up all the anti-healing, especially this Lulu picking up the item so that Toto has it, because he's going to be our main anti-healing supplier, I feel like, with the AoE Jinx rockets. which he does not have yet, but the splash damage is all the same. He doesn't. He has opted not for the Runans, but for the PD. What do you think of that choice here, if anything?
No idea.
Perfect.
I mean, not that I am so familiar with the itemization for Jinx.
I mean, again,
but
she's
I
a big
guess
fan.
he just wants to poke down a single target rather than going for an AoE damage.
Of course, the passive of PD as well is both teams again just looking for that vision fight. Sanix getting.
Sanix might be in a little bit of a trouble. Takes quite some damage from Bento. The Baron is about to spawn in 15 seconds. Wolf has the teleport available. Oh, I am so stressed.
Whew, I mean, I think both teams strapping up them dancing shoes again as Kung Fu does get a little bit poked out. I thought that was a Lux binding there for a second. I got a little bit excited, but Momentum do have first track onto this Baron buff. Do not spot the ward. Do not even opt to de-ward it. I think they already have, but RT1 will have full knowledge on whether or not this is getting started. Until right then, when they place that pink ward.
Yes, but they now know that they are inside. I think the Baron has been started, yes, indeed. Bento is still in the mid lane, so is Wolf, and the Baron is not going down as quickly as you might imagine. Now RT1 looking to pull the trigger on their own. Bento is now zoned away, and here comes the Maul, not going to bring anybody up, as Rango might be the one now who was flanked. Trying to run away for his life, Kung Fu flashing him forward to try to take him down. Rango making it out for as long as he can, dancing around, providing himself with the shield as well. Here comes the rest of RT1, the cavalry's here! All the man's horses and all of the man's men with the sparking light! Barely surviving Bento thanks to the healing coming from that Soraka. The fight is commencing pretty much everywhere. Toto with the wild growth, he's continuing to fire his rockets and fire his minigun as much as he can. Both looking to break it down, and Bento has been finally picked up. Now Rango mercilessly going into the fight. That's a shutdown coming for Toto as well. And the triple kill coming for RT1, even a quadra, as the Baron will go over to RT1.
Baron goes over to RT1, and I think once Kung Fu uses his ult on Rango early on into that teamfight, Rango doing a great job of kiting that out, by the way, even holding his flash in that initial little engage where they even thought that Rango himself might have been caught out, but RT1 really extending the fight. Unfortunate for Musutas not managing to connect onto the Irelia flash ulti, but again, Wolf with a great double binding, forcing out Flay today's ult early on, which is huge. And then after the Soraka ult is gone, it's kind of RT1's button to say, you know what, guys, they're really low here. If we poke them out, the damage is going to stick. And yeah, I mean, once you have the Jinx range with the rockets then come in, and once she gets one reset, I mean, it becomes pretty difficult to teamfight from the back foot against the Jinx, with a Lulu especially. But yeah, I mean, Loon now has picked herself up the Chemtech Putrefier. If I'm not mistaken, that is what it's called.
You are absolutely not.
And 20 seconds. Soul point has been achieved, so RT1 definitely looking to take
I have a little bit of a deja vu.
True.
Another Drake, another Baron buff.
Another dance begins. But it does maybe look like they are just going to give this one up in favor of pressure top side. RT1, I think, noticed this. Maybe not, perhaps. But yes, they are just going to pick this Drake up for free. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty hard to contest a fully Baron buff team.